You know, if there's one thing that kills anybody's mood, if there's one thing that puts people into a serious, deep, dark depression, it is watching this show for 2 hours and 8 minutes every single Wednesday. If they can't, you know, the sickos, by the way, they're already in my mentions for the link to the stream. Hopefully you're all watching, because I don't really want to give you my explanation on why the show fucking sucked. They think things were forwarded tonight. What exactly was forwarded? Oh, man! Takeshi and Okada, they come out and they look at each other. Wow! Jon Moxley wrestled Kyle O'Reilly. Oh my God! We got Mercedes and Athena teaming up in the tag team title tournament. And we got the Demand and the Hurt Syndicate again! Wow! This show sucks! It sucks. I may need 2 old fashions tonight, man. An extra cherry in each. Now, when I get to the venue, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite Post Show for October 22nd, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Wednesday evening, wherever you may be, joined by the one and only, the most enthusiastic man when it comes to Dynamite. On Wednesday nights, the Shottown Smog. Jesse, what's going on, brother?
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Oh, going on, bruh?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm excited to talk about this show, bruh.
Oh man, you got an Italian night fart shirt on. What is that? The Hart Foundation? What is that?
This is the Owen Hart shirt.
The Owen. I thought it was an Italian night fart, bro. You heard about an Italian night fart?
I did not and do not care to hear about Natalia or her farting.
Oh,
I am rocking my official Owen Hart shirt, commissioned by Dr. Martha Hart, sir.
Oh, you know that shirt is more legit than the belt that Mercedes carries around that can't be defended. You know that?
I agree to that. You know what she needs? She needs more belts.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like we're shaping up to get more belts on her, man. After tonight.
I was sitting around here thinking early tonight, I just don't think she has enough belts.
Well, she may be adding 2 more belts, bro.
Woo! Now it's a party. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, every single Dynamite where they come out of a pay-per-view, man, you can expect one thing and one thing only. You expect the show to be absolutely as effortless as anything they do. I don't know what happened on tonight's show, man. I'm looking for something. An hour and a half in, I'm asking myself, looking at my iPhone, I'm like, it's 9:30, man. Where's the substance on this show, man? Where's the progression? Where's the story? Where's the new, exciting, fresh stories going into the next pay-per-view? Bro, it almost acted as if WrestleDream never happened. And we're coming out of a show that didn't exist, and we're just going to continue everything that we were doing in the previous weeks. Like, what's going on here? Like, what exactly did you find to be of the utmost importance on tonight's show, bro?
The utmost importance.
The utmost importance, man.
I found out that Okada and Takeshita don't like each other.
Wow! Oh man, that's some great storytelling right there, bro. You gotta be kidding me.
True story.
Oh man, did you see those looks that they gave each other, man? No words, just looks at the end of the show.
They did give looks. I'm a little confused how this tension between the 2 top guys in the Don Callis family was not addressed prior to coming out onto national television. They all seem shocked by Takeshita's presence when he is, in fact, on the show. He's backstage with everyone else. He's the IWGP champion. And they all seem shocked that he came out like, oh no, he's coming out here with the other 13 of us. Bro, I fucking found out. I jokingly asked my chat how many people were in the Don Callis family. Some idiot told me 14. I went and looked it up.
Was he close?
There's 14 members.
I thought you were lying to me, man. I thought it was like 9 or 8.
No. There's legit 14. And that's if we include Andrade, because he was in there too.
Oh, El Idolo. Oh yeah, he's gonna be away for 348 more days, bro.
Somehow still less than Samantha Irving. I don't know, bro. What the fuck is going on?
Oh man.
I've seen mob figures get out of the game before WWE fucking excommunicated contract.
Bro, Louis Mangione's going to be out of fucking prison before Andrade gets back to fucking television.
Bro. My God. They're gonna find a Hoffa before you get out of a WWE deal, man. What the hell?
That's ridiculous, man. That's basically, what Jesse said, even though it's fucking funny because it sucks. It's a serious problem. And I already have people within the last 10 minutes of me posting the link to the stream on Twitter What are you talking about, JD? And they list me things, this, that, all forwarded, storylines progressed. Like, what the fuck are you people watching, man? Let me go over exactly what happened tonight, Jesse. We had a Trios Championship match between the Opps and the Hurt Syndicate, and it ended as clean as a baby's ass, right? After a fresh bath. Nothing happened. What happened in this match?
Now, let me pause you before you proceed. Let me tell you why this match in particular was dead in the water to me and my chat. Because we spent the whole match conversating, trying to figure out why we didn't get Samoa Joe coming out in a suit led by his team to explain to us their actions on the pay-per-view. Now, granted, they made some very weird attempt to explain their actions after the match, but I spent the match, instead of watching the match, wondering why they're not just telling us why they did what they did, which was way more important and way more interesting than this match.
Bro, at least Joe cut a promo after the match. Yeah. But he didn't really even explain much of anything. He just went on and doubled down. No matter where he goes, if there's a championship involved, he's going to be breathing down that person's neck, basically is what he reiterated. My point is, Adam Page was nowhere to be seen on this show outside of a fucking vignette that was filmed after his match when Joe turned on him on Saturday. We didn't see him on the show. He's in the building because Collision's being taped right now, and or tomorrow, whenever, and he'll be on Collision. But where was he tonight after a heel turn, after Page gave him a championship match, and I quote, because he deserves it, he wants to give him a match only for Joe to turn on him and leave him laying on a 3-on-1 attack on Saturday. Where is Adam Page to address face-to-face Samoa Joe? That's number one. Not on the show. This is your race show. No one's going to watch Collision outside the guy sitting next to me because he does it to entertain you guys here on Wednesday. Number two, the Hurt Syndicate, again, loses with MVP taking the pinfall loss. Why, Jesse? Because of the fucking demand. I mean, at this point, you're running it into the fucking ground, bro. How many fucking matches do we need to see until you tell me, the viewer, that Ricochet is a fucking loser?
Wow.
Again? What are we doing, bro?
Again? Why? Who asked for this match again?
I don't know.
Did you ask for this? Did you call up TK and say, hey, we need more of that demand Hurt Syndicate action?
Where are we going now? We've had 2 trios matches. They've lost a tag team title match. They lost a street fight. A tag team match with them. They won. What more do we need? What more do we need? What, for them to get their win back after they lost most of the fucking matches together? What is that going to do?
Nada.
Why didn't Page come out and cost Joe and the Opps the trio titles? Wouldn't that been a great storyline progression to add heat to their match at Full Gear, which we know is coming?
Nah.
What do I know, man? I operate behind a green screen in my fucking mother's basement, man. What do I know? Oh, my God. Right out of the gate, we got absolutely... But the sickos think this was storyline progression. No words thrown around between Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. No reason why they came out and again did what they did. We don't even know why they're feuding at this point. It's just mindless fucking television. That's the opener of the show. Jesse mentioned Okada and Takeshita. This has been going on for weeks now, bro. We haven't had a single fucking interaction with these guys, maybe outside one, where they had a stare down, and that's all they had. They've had no words between each other at all. At this point, we're making up a reason why we are looking at this story play out. We haven't heard anything from their lips at all, Okada or Takeshita. What is the problem? Now, we got a clothesline on Saturday, and Okada smiled. Like you said, why wasn't this addressed as if... this is why I said it's almost like the pay-per-view never fucking happened. Like you saw him clear as day smile because he took pleasure in clotheslining Takeshita. He took great joy in that. Nobody, Don Callis didn't see that. Don Callis didn't sit them down and maybe start worrying about it. Where is the emotion in the storyline? All they're trying to sell us on, Jesse, is the fact that it's Okada and Takeshita, and it's going to be for the Unified Championship. That's it. Like, how am I supposed to emotionally invest in what these guys are selling me if they're not selling me anything?
No clue. And also, are they booking themselves into another corner? Because, again, I don't foresee the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion taking a clean L on AEW television.
Well, I think that would be absolutely ridiculous after he just won the fucking thing.
Yep.
And not have any title defenses with it.
Yep.
That was the beginning, and that was the end. Then we got Jon Moxley wrestling Kyle O'Reilly. And we got this, all of a sudden now, fabrication of a storyline between the conglomeration and the Death Riders. Jesse, you know, Mark Briscoe's gone from battling the Death Riders to battling the Don Callis family, now battling the Death Riders. And then he came out and went right back after Kyle Fletcher and wants another shot at the TNT title. Bro, he's just fighting everybody. He wants a piece of everybody. They can't stick to one thing. And the way that they do it is not even in the right way to do it, man. You know how I love when pro wrestling weaves storylines into multiple characters at the same time, man. WWE did that. I forgot when the last time they did it, but when it works great. AEW is trying to do that here, and it ain't working. He's just bouncing from story to story, group to group. There's no correlation or fucking, you know, there's no way into each other here with these groups and these storylines. So he comes out, he challenges Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship. He wants one more match. Talk about book yourself in the fucking corner. If he doesn't win that one, I don't know what the fuck he's going to do. But Jon Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly, I thought that they were going in a completely different direction with Blood and Guts. It looks like Death Riders and the conglomeration may be the men's Blood and Guts match after what we saw tonight, led by Darby Allin.
You know, there's 7 members of the conglomeration, too.
There is 7 members of the conglomeration. Them and their Family Matters fucking intro that they newly unveiled tonight.
Friends. It's Friends.
Oh, Friends. Okay, sorry.
Get it right, man.
Sorry. I wasn't a big Friends guy. Me either, man. I for the sake of me, I mean, you already gave me more explanation than what I understood. Because I had no idea why Jon Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly were in a match, went this long, had no heat. I just didn't understand why it was happening. I figured Moxley had bigger and better things to worry about and take care of. But here he is just in a match with Kyle O'Reilly on TV. Bro, would you be in a wrestling match after what you did on Saturday night with him and Darby Allin?
No, I don't know why him nor Darby were on TV tonight.
Jon Moxley was on TV wrestling after Saturday's I Quit match where we saw a fish tank and a potential drowning live in the middle of the ring. A baseball bat shattering said fish tank glass. Kendo sticks. We saw chains. We saw tables. We saw fucking lighter fluid. But we can't see the AEW World Champion come and face-to-face with Samoa Joe, who fucking turned heel on him. I mean, I don't understand the logic of this company, man. It's like everything is just ass backwards. And I said I don't understand how they put as little effort into these follow-up shows every single time we get a pay-per-view. You know what to expect with these follow-up shows. There's a follow-up to the pay-per-view, man. You know what to expect. Absolutely nothing. They don't care. Normally, the pay-per-view is supposed to either stop certain storylines or continue certain storylines. Bro, they don't do anything to make you care about the match that you just saw on Saturday, and they just do it all over again with absolutely no rhyme or reason, or just drop fucking said match and move on to something completely new with no story. That's the basis of the fucking entire intro here. There's just no story. There's no verbal exchange between these people. No. Outside of Samoa Joe.
No, at the start of this show, you know, in a perfect world, you want to leave your audience with something to have them tune back into the next show. Leave them with a cliffhanger of some sort. And then when you start your next show, you connect the shows. You give them what they most people tuned in for right away, give them that answer, hook them into the show, and then you proceed into said show. This show should have started off with either Hangman Adam Page addressing how he got turned on, or Samoa Joe explaining why he did what he did. And then you lead into what we can expect for the evening. Then you get into that. You touch on a couple of more other storylines, and you go into your main event, and then you give us that, and then you give us another cliffhanger to lead us into the next show. It's a chain. You just stack them on top of each other. So when we turn into tonight's show, and the first thing we get is just wrestling. Wrestling, that's it. We're not going to talk about the big turn that happened. We're not going to talk about any of that shit yet. We're just going to have wrestling. I'm just sitting here waiting for an explanation. So that match that happened, I'm not going to lie, I paid almost no attention to it because I'm just sitting there trying to figure out what I want the stories to connect. I'm waiting for them to explain to me what happened on Saturday. They did it after it, sort of. We get a heavy-winded promo as opposed to just a regular fucking promo. And they didn't really explain too much of anything as to why they did what they did. So I was already turned off with the show at the very fucking beginning.
Yeah, you make a good point, bro. I mean, now that you mention it, the whole order of the show was completely lopsided. Like the trios match should have not been opening this show like the way that it did. Like we go right from, highlights of Full Gear, who wants to go back and rewatch that, and then right into a championship match with no rhyme or reason. The first thing that you should have done tonight is address the fucking heel turn if you were going to do anything. Samoa Joe, like you said, should have came out in a suit. Adam Page should have been out there. There should have been a face-to-face, or at least he should have advanced Samoa Joe and confront him on what he did. And there should have been an angle. And that match should have been placed at the top of the hour at 9 o'clock. And then we just switch things around. I don't understand why the company doesn't understand how to tell stories. There's just no verbal exchange. They'll do a fucking backstage vignette, and things will be all right. We got one from Jon Moxley, which was also very well shot today. But there's just nothing as far as a verbal exchange with any of these characters for me or Jesse or anybody else to legitimately say, man, that was a great segment. I'm excited to see what they do next week. I'm excited to see what they do on pay-per-view. It's just matches, commercials. Backstage segment, interview with Renee, back to a match. And then they go off the air with no rhyme or reason, no excitement going into next week's show. That's your Dynamite. Just matches.
That's it. This opening match never needed to take place. Just absolutely axe it. Skip it. Joe's not wrestling. Hangman's not wrestling. We're going to replace that entire match with a segment. We're going to explain our actions. We're going to lead us into where we're going from this. Not sure why we're still doing this, but whatever. But we're going to continue on it. We're going to pile on it. And we're going to take that segment, and that's going to stretch and through that match with that match that never existed. Then we're going to go into our first match of the evening, which would have been one of the mid-card matches. This match didn't need to be there at all.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This entire company is a complete fucking mess. We're gonna try and navigate through this the best that we can. We got all of what we got tonight and what happened tonight. We're gonna go over it in detail. We're gonna talk about the Women's Tag Team Championship tournament brackets finally announced, and even that, it looks like on paper, as of right now, a very predictable final. That's all I'm gonna say. So we'll go over what the brackets are. I'm highly disappointed in the teams that we got in this thing. We'll go over that and the rest of Dynamite tonight, including that horribly cringy segment with Mercedes Moné and the puppet and the fact that she went into a disgusting-looking yellow cake tonight as Statlander got a little bit of revenge on her for what she had to endure at the pay-per-view on Saturday. So we'll get into all that. We want to thank you guys for joining us right here on Off the Script. It is your Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. We do have a Collision Corner lined up. Jesse's got a Collision Corner lined up for you. And the only way you guys get that is if you achieve the goal of 800 likes. Now, we're already at least 60% of the way there. So we need another 340 likes or so. So please get that on in. 800 likes, and Jesse will immediately break into Collision Corner, which, if you guys remember, we didn't cover Collision last week because it was attached to Dynamite in a 3-hour bore fest last week, which we refused to watch and cover. So Jesse's going to give you a breakdown of what happened last week for the last hour of the 3-hour block.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's what that is. Follow us on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Go follow Jesse on X at Chi-Town and YouTube. Link is down below in the description at the very top. Just click his name. It'll take you right to his channel. How's it going over in Chi-Town land, bro, over there?
Very good, man. You know, when we go live for our watch-alongs, I've been watching the community and the watch-along community, and we are up there, man. I was kind of just like wondering, like, about the numbers, but I'm looking at them comparative to the other live streams going on for all AEW programming, and we are right up there at the top. I mean, like the top 3. I make the top 3. So we are doing very well. So thank you guys so much. If you are part of us, and if you are not, join us.
Wow, top 3, huh?
At the very least, yeah.
No, that's good.
Your girl, your BFF, was ahead of me tonight, but at the same time, she wasn't even covering Dynamite. She was just, it was weird. She was talking about AEW while Dynamite was on. So she was not watching the show. She was talking about it with Reg and everything else, but I was kind of thrown off by the content. Like, they're not talking about the show, but they're talking about the company. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Well, what is that to talk about? Nothing happened on tonight's show.
Yeah, you get that. That's very true. That is actually very true.
There's nothing to talk about. Like, there's nothing fun to talk about here because the show's not fun. That's why. So we'll get into that. Thank you for you guys joining us. Please hit that thumbs up. Super chats are open. It's the best way to support the channel is through the super chats. Go check out the content on the channel. There's plenty of it. And please leave a comment down below and let us know what you thought of tonight's boring AEW Dynamite. I read all the comments, and if you get out of line, I may get a little snippy with you in the comment section. But go and do that. Helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. All right, man. We're going to start at the top here. We got a video package highlighting WrestleDream on Saturday, which I am now fully recovered from. Finally, I was pretty beat up, man, watching that show and then doing our stream on Sunday morning, man. It took me like 3 days to recover, man. Those AEW pay-per-views, they're no joke. I tell you that right now.
Yeah.
How did you feel, bro?
The next day.
How did you feel?
Worse than you. You're not getting up early the next day. I am. So when I cut out of here, man, trust me, I'm trying to fly straight to bed because I'm up early in the fucking morning. On the weekends, it's not as bad. I don't have to get the kids out, but I'm still up working out in the morning. So it's my God, man. I feel so drained come midday. Very drained. And I'm watching football all day, and oh my God, man. It's terrible. Terrible.
The Opps. Yeah. Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Kazuchika Okada versus the Hurt Syndicate here. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. AEW Trios Championship match. The reason why this is a Trios Championship match is because the Hurt Syndicate beat the Demands at the pay-per-view, and they were awarded a Trios Championship match. Remember when the Demands were supposed to be given a Trios Championship match several weeks ago, and Shibata was actually sidelined with an undisclosed injury. He wasn't medically cleared. They opted to give them a tag team championship match against Bandido instead, which they basically lost clean. And then they were given an opportunity to get that back by beating the Hurt Syndicate, and they also lost that. So if there's one group that you don't want to be associated with, it is the Demand, because they are nothing more than a bunch of losers. Now, I could see the gates of agony in this situation, Jesse, as we discussed when Jason and I covered the WrestleDream portion of TNT last night. We both were talking about the Demand and how I thought that the match on Saturday was kind of counterproductive. The Demand is ice cold. Ricochet is probably creatively worse off than he has ever been in AEW. And they've done nothing with him. He's just as cold as a block of ice. But the Gates of Agony, they find themselves on TV almost weekly. But when you're on TV weekly and you're not winning matches, it's almost as if you shouldn't even be on TV to begin with, man. They should be building these guys up if they want to take them seriously in the trios division for those titles. And they have absolutely failed them creatively. And I don't know if there's anything that they could do to bounce them back, honestly.
I don't either. I'm assuming the purpose of putting these guys together is to elevate Gates of Agony. Well, that has not worked. I'm assuming that the purpose was to help elevate Ricochet. That has not worked either. So I'm failing to understand what the purpose of this whole union was. I explained this last week when I said it reminds me of the union they did with Swerve and Parker Boudreaux and Tretch. It just went nowhere. It feels like a lateral move. It feels like the exact same thing. And they realized it and they broke them up and they moved Swerve up the ladder and they got rid of the other two and basically confirmed everything that I said, even though Swerve got fucking pissed at me about it. So they're doing the same thing again with Ricochet. They are literally repeating the same mistake.
Yeah, this is the second week in a row that Trench was mentioned on this show, bro. You know? It's crazy.
Man, it happens.
The day and age we're living here, man. AEW. You got to mention Trench on TV to get a fucking point across. That's how bad it is nowadays. You believe that? It's unbelievable.
I do.
Hurt Syndicate here lost. They lost. MVP took the pinfall loss again. Seemingly every time the Hurt Syndicate is in a trio, you can count on MVP to be the good soldier to take the pinfall for his boys here. So Hobbs, he's in there. MVP responded with a jawbreaker and a bowling elbow. Hobbs made the save, planted Benjamin with the spine buster. Lashley dished out one to Hobbs as well. Joe sank in a coquina clutch briefly on MVP, who hit a jawbreaker to escape. He was looking for his finish, which is called Play of the Day. MVP was distracted by Ricochet, who ran out. I was hoping we would not see him here tonight or see a continuation of the Demand versus the Hurt Syndicate, but he ran out, the only one to run out, causing a distraction. This hesitation allowed Joe to sink back in the coquina clutch for the submission win on MVP. He tapped out quickly. Ricochet then joined GOA up on the aisleway on the stage. They went to the back, and then there was this awkward chase where the Hurt Syndicate recovered, and they tried to run after them, and as soon as they got to the stage, they went into the gorilla position, almost walking as if there was no sense of urgency to go chase these guys down. It was as lame could be. And that was the match, really. There was nothing that really happened here. It was as straightforward as a trios match could be. And I don't really understand why we're continuing. Jesse doesn't understand why we're continuing the Demand against the Hurt Syndicate. Nothing was said. They just come off as sore losers. They come off as losers. And I don't know what's going to happen if you pair these two groups up again. What is the end result? Where are we going? What is the reason why they're feuding? Like, what is the turmoil? What is the tension here? They're just trading tit for tat, win for loss, win for loss.
They don't have another feud lined up for them. That's all it is. That's all it is.
No thought process to this whatsoever. The Hurt Syndicate are also suffering because of this. They're not doing them any favors. It's just not one-sided with the Demand. The Hurt Syndicate are as cold as they've ever been because they're stuck in this Demand purgatory. Like Tony sometimes doesn't know when to end a fucking feud, and he's getting worse and worse with it, quite honestly, the more you watch this show. This should have ended after the street fight at Daly's place, yet we got two more instances where they're still linked together. We got the match on Saturday, and here again, it's continuing to what exactly at Full Gear? What are we doing? Are you finally going to give us Cedric Alexander or a possible new member of the Hurt Syndicate? Because MVP, the way that I see it, and maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe you could tell me, Jesse. MVP seemingly is put in these situations, and if they wanted a story to come out of this, it should be MVP is in these situations with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, and he just ends up being the loser, costing them the match. Maybe he removes himself from the active in-ring role, and he goes back to what he was doing as an advisor or a manager of sorts. And maybe they bring on someone else to take his spot so that the next time there's a trios match, he's not the one taking the loss, and it's a better chance that they end up winning. Do you see that or do you see that's where it may be going here, or am I off?
I don't know. I mean, look, could they go that way? Possibly. But in the meantime, you are bringing down the stock of the Hurt Syndicate to tell what story exactly? That MVP is in a league where he's much older than the guys he's competing against. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So for what reason though? Who's elevated? Because right now, like you just said, the Hurt Syndicate stock is going down. They were dominant. It could have been Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin against all three of the Demand, and I would still put money on the Hurt Syndicate to win. But now, not so much. I'm less interested in the Hurt Syndicate. I'm less interested in seeing them dominate the way that they used to, because they just seem rationalized at this point. They just seem brought down a few pegs. They're much less interesting because they're losing to a team that I'm even less interested in. So no one's moving up in this at all.
I don't know how you take the Hurt Syndicate, who's probably the most over faction in the entire company, who get the best reactions out of anybody on the show weekly, and you don't continue to move them upwards with the reactions that they're getting. Clearly, people want to see them. And here you have them just meddling in the mid-card, not doing nothing, and just remaining stagnant, working with three losers. How exactly do you find this to be beneficial for your most popular faction? That's the point I'm trying to make here for weeks now. What are we doing with the Hurt Syndicate to get them to a point where they are the top of their show? Like, your priority here with the reactions that they get every single week should add a new member and get Bobby Lashley to the fucking main event until at least Swerve and Will Ospreay get back and MJF gets back. What the fuck are we doing?
You want to know what I would have done with the Hurt Syndicate, bro? I would have booked them much like the APA.
Yeah.
I would have booked them just like mercenary fucking badass hitmen who, when you hear that music pop, you know they're coming out to just whoop some ass for money. That's it. That because it's all about business. They're all about fucking business. If you bring some business to them, they'll take care of your business for you. You can integrate them into other fucking feuds.
Yep.
Sprinkle them throughout the fucking show whenever you want. You don't even have to have a specific storyline for them. They can just be thrown in. Hey, guess what? I got some fucking protection tonight. Cue that fucking music, man. Fucking pops. These dudes come out and whip ass every time. It's just so much fun and easy.
I like that idea. I mean, they don't know how to have fun here, bro. They don't know how to have fun. Opps wins in 13 minutes. They retain the Trios Championships, which at this point, chat, they're fucking useless. I mean, does anybody truly care about the Trios Championships? No. So why couldn't you switch the championships? Like I said before in the intro, I don't know why Adam Page didn't show face here and get at least some level of revenge for what the Opps did to him on Saturday. Like, that would have been the first thing if I sat down with Tony. All right, let's get Adam Page integrated into the show and have him cost the Opps the Trios Championships. What are the Trios Championships doing for the Opps, and what are the Opps doing for the Trios Championships? They are dead titles. So you couldn't put them on the Hurt Syndicate to give them a little bit more shine after this fucking dead feud with the Demand? At least that would have given Adam Page and Samoa Joe some heat going into Full Gear. There is a reason for something to advance. You took from me, I'm going to take from you now. That's it. Is that so difficult? Joe took advantage of Adam Page's kindness, which is fucking ridiculous to begin with, because he shouldn't be kind. He's the fucking champion. He shouldn't be handing out championship matches like candy on Halloween. Adam Page should have cost the Opps the Trios Championships tonight, because what are they doing with those titles in the meantime? Nothing. What do I know, man? What do I know? After the match, Joe addressed the crowd, mocking the crowd, asking, why, Joe, why? Why, Joe, why? He explained that he exists to hunt down any champion as long as he is alive and breathing. The crowd chanted cowboy shit. Joe said, this isn't some cowboy shit. He's going to slap your ass and make you his bitch, is what he said to Page. Joe signed off by saying that they stand in opposition to everyone and are never lacking. Gee, Joe cut a great promo. Like, we didn't know that already. But We just have another match, Jesse, like we talked about on Saturday. Joe tried to give us an explanation as to why he did what he did, which he really didn't. He didn't really give us he didn't give us a reason why he turned heel. That's number one. And number two, we stand on what we said Saturday. The only reason why they even turn these guys heel is because they have nothing else for Adam Page until MJF gets back to go after the championship. That's it. That's not a story.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe come out and cut a great promo, but bro, Joe can cut a great promo on dirty dishwater if he fucking wanted to. I mean, it does not matter. You know what I'm saying? But there was no real substance as to why they did exactly what they did, which was clearly premeditated as well, because the rest of the Opps jumped right in with no fucking hesitation. So they already talked about this backstage. They already knew, but they didn't really explain why. I mean, they just cut a great promo because that's what Joe fucking does. So it is what it is. I mean, what more can you expect, man?
Mercedes, she arrived in a white convertible flanked by half-naked men in black suits holding her championships, all 11 of them, as she wore the TBS title, which is her 12th. 12 titles, Monet. Ultimate, or Ultimo Monet is what they're calling her. You like that name, bro? Ultimo Monet?
Love it, bro. No notes. Love it.
No notes.
Nope.
So she arrives to the venue, and we go right into a Chris Statlander backstage interview with Renee, who congratulated her on retaining her title at WrestleDream by beating Toni Storm clean as a whistle. Statlander said she was glad to have done it with Toni. Statlander then addressed Mercedes, noting that she doesn't need a celebration for her win. No, you don't need one, but you certainly deserved one weeks ago when you beat Toni Storm and they refused to give you one, and they refused to tell a story of you capturing your first world championship. But what the fuck do I know? And then highlighted the fact that she's beaten Toni Storm twice, and she holds the title that Mercedes has never held. Yes, just continue to curse yourself more, Miss Stat. Please don't do that. Statlander said that she's not the same person that Mercedes beat earlier at Full Gear last year. Statlander accepted Mercedes' challenge, and the match is made official for Full Gear. Jesse, we talked about on TNT last night, and I think everybody in existence who watches pro wrestling content and watches this show knows that Stat absolutely, unequivocally, 100%, no doubt about it, slam dunk, needs to beat Mercedes at Full Gear. Now, the fact that Mercedes lost to Toni Storm and All In, there is a slight possibility of that actually happening. Again, I can't shake the feeling of, well, I got to see it to believe it, because we know exactly what Mercedes' ultimate goal is, and I don't think AEW or Mercedes is going to stop until she achieves that goal. But the thing is, if she holds 2 championships, which we discussed on Saturday, they're right back in the position that they were in going into All In with Toni. So holding both the AEW World and TBS Women's Championships does nothing for the division, and you're ultimately going to have to give one up because you can't defend both championships, and by default, you'll give up the TBS Championship. Now, we talked about on Tuesday night last night that the only logical story for this to be going in right now, and I'm genuinely curious to see what you think, is for Mercedes to lose to Stat, and this starts a downfall storyline where she loses one by one by one by one, all the championships that she's accumulated until she has nothing. And she has to rebuild herself back up, and then she wins the big one finally after losing to Statlander for the Women's World Championship. Do you see that actually being the case, or do you think that they're just going to award her the World Championship and vacate the TBS title?
I think they're just going to award her the World Championship and let her keep the TBS title. Drop what? Drop what? For what? No. I think when they get done with that, I think she's going to win Kyle Fletcher's TNT title. All right? Then she'll go on, and then she'll beat Hangman for the... She's just going to win every fucking thing. Why? Why would she drop anything? Why would you start a downfall storyline? I mean... Bro, the problem here is she just, at least to me and to the people that I talk to about this stuff, she just has supreme go away heat. They're trying to cover this shit up as it's actual heel heat, and it is not. she somehow managed to get just absolute go away heat while going around and collecting all these damn titles. It's just not an interesting storyline. I don't know how else to put it. It's just not an interesting storyline.
Well, it's not a storyline to begin with, Jesse. It's not a storyline.
What the fuck is it?
It's Mercedes being greedy. It's the Mercedes. It's the Mercedes revolution. It's not the women's revolution. It's the Mercedes revolution.
The women's division does not feel any better.
No,
it does not feel elevated. It does not feel like it's in a better spot than what it used to be in. But as long as she's happy, I guess, right? I mean, she's enjoying herself, and then that's what's important, bro. That's what's important.
Well, how could you not enjoy yourself if you're fucking beating everybody that they throw in front of you? Wouldn't you enjoy yourself too?
Yeah, I guess I would, man. I guess I would, sure.
Again, I like Jason said last night, and I agree. I don't know where they go if that is not the direction. Now, the funny thing is, and I'm going to talk about this now because I was shocked to see something happen that I didn't really even expect to happen. Not that I mean it's a good thing. I thought we were thinking maybe along the lines of another match between the two. But we got a segment later in the evening where Mercedes was asked by Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, Athena, who finally made it back to television, asked Mercedes to be her partner in the AEW Women's Tag Team Title Tournament. Now, I want to read to you the brackets of this tournament, and I want to see what you guys say, and I want to get Jesse's opinion here. The left side of the bracket looks like this. Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata are a team against the Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue and Julia Hart. Now, they actually got to choose who they fought in the opening match of this tournament because they won a 4-team tag team match tonight, and they chose the Sisters of Sin. Then on the same side, underneath them, Willow and Harley, that's Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, teaming up against Monet and Athena. That's the left side. The right side looks like this. I'm sorry, go ahead, Jesse.
Sisters of Sin?
That's what it says here, yeah. Sisters of Sin, yeah.
And when you just add one more, then they're the Triangle of Madness?
Yes. You are correct. The Sisters of Sin. And then when you add Tekla, Tekla, Jesse, it's the Triangle of Madness with Tekla.
All right. So they're just going to keep changing the names as they add and or delete people.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're doing, yeah.
What happens if they get 4?
Then it's it's the square of, I guess the square of
Square Sitters,
Squares of Sin,
Sinister Square, the Sinister Four, the Fantastic Four,
the Sinister Sisters. I don't know.
Sinister Sisters. Okay, we need to clear this shit up though. That needs to be addressed. All right, this is important stuff, chat. All right. Go ahead. Let's go.
Sky Blue, she needed the money. Oh yeah, there you go. Alex Windsor.
Where is she?
I don't know. She wasn't even on fucking TV. She hasn't been on TV since she lost to Mercedes in Philadelphia.
I just realized that too.
Alex Windsor and her tag team partner, Jesse, Riho. Against Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. Gee, I wonder who's winning that match.
Yeah, really.
And then on the same side, underneath them, it's Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford against Anna Jay and Tay Mello.
Okay, so we know what the finals of that side will be.
Yes, it will be Tony and Mina, Megan Bayne and Ford. Tony and Mina will be in the finals against Mercedes and Athena.
Yep.
So
and then Mercedes will have another belt.
No, I'm going with Tony and Mina. I'm going with Tony and Mina, bro. Yeah.
Whoa. Are you trying to not give Mercedes another belt?
Bro, I don't think that's the case. Why do you think she teamed with Athena, bro? So Athena could take the pin.
Nope. So that they can give them both another belt.
Mercedes and Athena, I don't see them winning. And in all seriousness, I don't see them winning the tag team titles.
Want to bet?
Sure. I'll wear another mask on the show for the entire stream.
Bro, there is an opportunity to give her more belts. Why would they not do it?
Well, I mean, you could have a point. She could lose to Stat, and then they could award her this 13th belt by winning the tag team title tournament. I mean, it's a possibility.
To not take a belt from her. What is wrong with you?
Bro, I'm trying to think logically here. Is she going to win the world championship or the tag team championship? She can't win both.
There. I think I just figured out your problem just now. Repeat that sentence again.
She can't win both, bro.
You're trying to think logically. Come on.
You genuinely think she's going to win the tag team titles?
I don't think that she should. No. I think you're absolutely right in what you think should happen. But I think this company has a hard on for her and wants to give her every fucking title that they can.
I mean, that would be the only championship that she could actually defend and fucking lose at this point if they want to give her the tag team championships. I don't know. So that's the tournament. I mean, I was looking at how many other teams did they have like linked together? I mean, it almost seems like it should have been a division that was full of up and coming teams, bro, like women that haven't gotten opportunity. And all that they did is put women who you've basically used to bury the entire division in the tournament to spotlight them.
Right.
Like your final is being used to give more spotlight to the women that you used to bury the entire division because you had to come up with championships to begin with to make sure everybody else feels special. And the only reason why these titles are here is because Mercedes and Tony took up 99% of television. So what exactly are these titles going to do? What is the point of the titles?
Which is the original question we had when they said they were coming up with titles.
Bro, I don't believe they came up with tag team titles to neglect all of the up-and-coming teams and women that they've buried to only give the final to women that you've only spotlighted, the only two women that you've spotlighted all year.
Yep.
That is fucking unbelievable to me.
Yep.
Where are the Renegade twins, says Edward Otis. Exactly. Where the fuck are they?
Oh, no, I was thinking that before he put that in the chat. But I knew that they're not going to take a risk on someone. They're just going to stick to their tried and true and keep putting titles on Mercedes. That is their plan for the women's division. Keep putting titles on Mercedes.
Bro, I understand. I'm trying to think logically here. I understand because we said the same thing about, I'm gonna date myself here. We said the same thing about Jericho and Hangman. Remember when Jericho was the first AEW World Champion? Everybody's like, oh, they should have put her on Hangman. They should have went with a younger guy over Jericho. No, you don't do that. You need to establish the championship from a veteran with veteran presence. Jericho was going to be the beacon of this entire company that was going to spotlight them in the most positive way. You can't put the title on a relative unknown. But the thing is, AEW is 6 years in. These women have been all over the place battling for 2.5, 3 months now. If you put the titles on these women, it's going to show that you actually care. It's going to show that you're rewarding them for all the hard work that they have done and reward them for waiting it out while Mercedes and Tony buried the entire division. And all you did, in my honest opinion, is spit in these women's face and say, we're going to go right back to Tony and Mercedes because we don't trust to give you the keys to the kingdom. Then what is the point of creating the championships if you're not going to give the women who've worked their ass off for them an opportunity to do something with them? Why do we need to put it on Tony, who's been champion for 600 days? And why do we need to put it on Mercedes, when she has 12 fucking titles? Does anybody find a problem with that?
Yes.
You should.
Yes. What else are they going to do? What else are they going to do?
Where's Deonna Purrazzo and fucking, what's her name? Taya Valkyrie. That's not a team?
I got a better question for you. Where were they tonight in Dynamite?
San Antonio.
So where in the fuck is Thunder Rosa?
Oh, Thunder Rosa's as good as gone, bro. She's as good as gone.
They're in San Antonio. Why is there no Thunder Rosa on my TV?
I wouldn't be surprised if Thunder Rosa told Tony, no, I'm not coming to TV. What am I going to do? Why you bring me to TV for?
I asked my chat where Thunder Rosa was. You know what they said? Cooking in her fucking underwear.
Which I'm sure is a lovely sight.
It is a beautiful sight. That's what she does on her YouTube channel. Go subscribe to Thunder Rosa if you have not, because she literally cooks in her underwear. True story. Man. Not a joke.
They had an opportunity to highlight other women here. They brought in fucking Lacey Lane. Where is Lacey Lane and fucking Casey Catanzaro, bro? Why aren't you highlighting other women and instead you do the opposite? Oh my God. Bro, this company's finished, bro. I'm sorry. It's never going to change, man. It is never going to change. I have no problem calling this shit out. I know you don't have a problem calling it out. Does it get tiresome? Yes, but I mean, that's ridiculous, bro. The way that we just fucking put it, it is insane how there's a locker room of women there that don't see exactly what's going on.
It is. And if you're new here, if this is for somehow your first time tuning in to us, I am the voice of reason on this show. I am I am the optimistic one. I am the one that has been just like, hey, it'll get better. Hey, watch, this will happen. Hey, maybe this will even out. Ooh, watch, this is gonna be the summer for the women. Watch. Oh man, this is gonna be great. I'm sitting here looking like a complete dumbass. Sitting here waiting for shit to get better over all this time, and I'm just spent at this point. I'm broken. I'm fucking broken, man.
Oh, we got Julia Hart and Sky Blue that's been teaming up for weeks and months, and Teclis together with them, and the Sisters of Sin and the Triangle of Madness. Where are they? Loss. They're gonna lose. Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale. Willow. Everybody says Willow is face of the division, a future top piece of the division. She's teaming with Harley Cameron, losing to Mercedes. Another loss. Yeah, some division you got there. Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter, they're eventually going to lose to Mercedes and Athena. Anna Jay and Tay Mello, thanks for coming. We don't really need you. We only need you to prop up everybody else, but thanks for coming. And then Riho and Alex Windsor. I mean, if there was a flavor of the fucking month, man, Alex Windsor is the definition of it. And Riho, she comes back when she's only needed. For what? Are you kidding me with this fucking tournament? Like, if you're an AEW sicko, how do you look at this and celebrate women's wrestling? They're celebrating Mercedes and Tony. You should be fucking outraged.
Ford and Bain.
Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. Megan Bain and Penelope Ford have been fucking a thing for months, and we still don't know why. And they've been busting their ass on Collision, wrestling the same match for 3 months now. They don't deserve something? No, they deserve a fucking loss to Tony Storm. Bro, this company sucks, bro. I'm sorry, it sucks. There's no way anybody can stay quiet about this. None.
There's an absolutely serious creative problem in the company. It needs to be addressed. They need creative help extremely bad. They have all these tools. They have all these fantastic wrestlers. They have some fantastic talent on this show. And they are just all subject to the poor creative writing. There's nothing they can do. They have to work what's given to them. And they've been given shit. This whole roster has been given shit.
My guy, Jason G, if there's a fucking clip on tonight's show that you're going to clip and post on X later tonight, man, that's the clip right there. That needs to be out in the public, out in the open, man. I'm so serious. Nobody is going to be talking about that because everybody's going to be like, oh, look at the tournament. Oh, look at the shiny new titles. Oh, look, it's great for women's wrestling. Fuck great for women's wrestling. You got one woman holding 12 titles and one woman who held the title for 700 fucking days that are going to be in the final of this tournament while they took a nice seeming Vince McMahon dump on the rest of the fucking division. This company is fucking pathetic. Speaking of which, Darby Allin, he's still chasing Jon Moxley after he raised the AEW flag at the end of the fucking pay-per-view that nobody saw because they ran so late that the pay-per-view cable providers cut the fucking thing off. Darby Allin, he's out there in the middle of the ring. He came down to the ring to cut a promo. He's got the AEW flag that he held up on the top of Mount Everest with him. He grabbed the microphone and addressed how some people think he can't be the face of the company because he's likely going to get himself killed. I mean, I don't really see any lies being told there, but that's exactly what's going to happen one of these days.
I mean, that's not a far-fetched assessment.
He countered that by saying there is a reason that he should be yelling that he would die for the company. He will die for the company. He says he knows the Death Riders won't go away easy, saying as long as they are breathing, he's not going to be far behind. Now, in all seriousness, Jesse, I kind of expected it not to be the end after Saturday, but the way that they went about it, the closing image of him holding up the flag and the match that we got, you would think that symbolically it would be the end of Darby Allin and Jon Moxley, and that the Death Riders may have a problem with Jon Moxley, who seemingly can't win the big one without their help. And when he's left by himself, he's nothing more than a loser.
It's never going to end, brother.
It's never going to end. No,
it's never going to end. Nothing ends. Everything we just got at WrestleDream, did anybody move on? I think they're all stuck in the same feud, right?
Everything that we've talked about so far, everybody is still stuck in the same feud.
So theoretically, I mean, I'm being legit here, straight up. If you are an avid AEW fan, you could have absolutely completely skipped WrestleDream, not given them any money, not watched it, and just picked up watching tonight, and you missed nothing.
Missed nothing. It's almost like that's why I said it. It's almost like the show never happened.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is.
Oh my God!
There you go.
What did this promo prove? Was there a point to this promo, or did the producer tell him, "Yeah, Tony's giving you 5 minutes. Go out there and cut the most basic of promos that explains nothing"? What exactly did he say here that I'm going to be madly interested in? It's fucking ridiculous. Yes, let me get another. What are they going to do now? Inferno match? What are they going to do? A fucking buried alive match? What's next? A fucking scaffold match where they're fighting above a pit of piranhas? What's next?
Skywalker match. Yep, we both said it right there.
Fucking ridiculous. They showed a video of Jurassic Express beating the Young Bucks at WrestleDream, which Jesse and I both enjoyed. Believe it or not, yep. Jack Perry said that they're back to reclaim things they lost. Their name, reputation. Yeah, good luck with that one. And the feeling of doing what they love. And then eventually the tag team titles. Tag team division's great. Let's get some more of it. Women's tag team division here had a fatal four-way tag team match with Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Harley Cameron, Willow Nightingale, Queen Aminata, and Jamie Hayter. The winner of this match, Tony Khan mentioned on social media today with his fucking, I'm sure, iPhone 17 Pro Max that he's shooting in 480p resolution. The winner of this match gets to choose their opening round opponents for the tag team title tournament, which we just went over just a couple of minutes ago. And we get Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata winning in 10 minutes. This was all over the place. I mean, if you were looking for a legal tag here about 3 minutes in, you had good luck finding it. So Bayne got Willow onto her shoulders. If there was one woman that really stood out here, it was Megan Bayne, because she showed a lot of what she can do here and how big she is. And she even did a tope suicida. She lifted several women at the same time, showing everybody her strength. Why she's not at the top of the division or at least near the top of the division is fucking very questionable, quite honestly.
Well, I got some stuff to say about Megan Bayne and Collision Course.
All right. Megan Bayne got Willow on her shoulders for a doomsday device, but Willow escaped and caught Bayne with a pounce that knocked her out of the ring. Hayter blind tagged in, and she and Aminata dropped Willow with a double back elbow. They hit forward with a double high boot, followed up with a big headbutt from Aminata and a Haterade from Jamie Hayter, and Jamie Hayter made the cover. 1, 2, 3. They get to choose their opponents. She took the microphone. She chooses Sky Blue and Julia Hart as their opponents in the first round of the women's tag team title tournament. There you go. Are you enthralled? Are you excited?
Can't wait, bruh.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
We got 30 more likes for Collision Corner, by the way. 30 more likes. Camera was backstage as the Young Bucks, they were knocking on Tony Khan's office door, which apparently the sign next to the door, which read Tony Khan's office, was Time Cop inspired, from what I was hearing. Tony loves his 80s or early 90s action flicks, you know? So they're on the kick, Jesse. They want another money match. They're knocking on Tony's door for asking for another money match here. Renee interrupted to ask them what's next. They said they don't know what's next, but they'll wrestle anyone. So Renee left as all of a sudden Tony Khan actually came out of the office. He wasn't in Gorilla. Who did he leave monitoring the show? I don't know, man. It's crazy to even think about. So he's out there on camera, which I hope we never see again because this was as awkward as fuck. Honestly, he's looking at both guys and he's looking into the camera, trying to speak and get the words out. He's looking into the camera. Bro, don't look into the camera. I don't want to see you looking at me, looking into the camera. You got to talk to both of these guys who are knocking on your door. It's a television show. Pretend like I'm not there. He's looking into the camera. He's very awkward. He doesn't know what to do. So all of a sudden, Jesse, he gives them a $400,000 money match with jet speed. And then he says, Jurassic Express. Khan went on to reveal that the Bucks tag team partners would be FTR. And this would be an 8-man all-star tag team match for $400,000. They were not excited, but decided that they needed the money. Stokely handed Nick a $5 bill as they went to commercial. Obviously, we know the history with FTR and the Young Bucks, and now they are forced to be tag team partners, Jesse. Now the Young Bucks have to rely on FTR to win $400,000.
Are you saying they have to coexist?
They have to coexist, pal.
So let's dive into the realm of kayfabe for a minute. All right. You're Tony Khan. Explain to me why exactly you at this point have shelled out, a few $1 million worth of cash to wrestlers that you already pay to wrestle. Because he does this shit like every week. 500,000 here, 400,000 here, another 500,000 on Collision. At this point, you add that shit up, and we're at least at about $4 or $5 million worth of extra money that he's put out there to give out to wrestlers just to do the job that he already pays them to do.
It's almost as if they're acting like they don't get paid at all, and this is the only way that they can make money.
Yeah. What is his motivation here as the owner? I'm not putting you in a $400,000 match. Why? Because I give you a salary and you get money to fucking wrestle. So go out there and do just that. He's putting money on the line to try to make the matches interesting. But you want to know what would make more sense to make these matches interesting? Better storytelling.
This is their story, bro. They're broke and they want money. This is their broke-ass Corbin, their bum-ass Corbin storyline, bro.
Yeah, no. We gotta go to the boss and get a money match. Boss, need a money match. No. I pay you to wrestle. That's where you get your money. Go fucking wrestle.
That's exactly what you think Tony Khan would say, and then that they would build themselves back up and get a tag team title match by actually working and making money and upholding their contract.
Right.
Maybe.
You want to make more money? Go win. Go win the tag team titles. Go do something of importance on the show.
Now, I find it funny how Tony is giving out just as much money as there are viewers watching this television show. He went from 500,000 to 400,000. I guess he's going in line with the amount of viewers he's losing every week.
This guy's paid out more money in matches than Vince McMahon has paid out in NDA. It's fucking crazy.
By the time he ends, man, Janelle Grant's going to have accumulated just as much money as he gave out to these fucking bums on weekly television.
Pretty much, man. This money gimmick, this matches for money bullshit is nonsensical. And this is why I was going with this. In terms of we going in the land of kayfabe, why does the owner keep giving out all these money matches? And if that's the case, every goddamn wrestler in the locker room should be out there. Like, I want my match to be for 400 grand too. So do I. Why is their match for 400 grand and not mine? We should all have these big money matches.
This is the Booker of the Year, apparently, bro. Booker of the Year. Oh my God, man. What do you think his father thinks about handing out these $400,000, $500,000 matches every week, man?
These motherfucker, I got my fucking Jaguars losing out here in London, and you're giving these fucking turds $400,000 to do their jobs. Why?
Oh, a fucking circus. That's exactly what it is. A fucking circus. Renee. She's standing in the middle of the ring next to a table with a cake. And on the cake, it says Ultimo Money 12. Sounds like the title of a fucking movie. And nobody wants to see. Renee ran down Mercedes' recent accomplishments that led to her currently holding 12 belts. She won the Ring of Honor Interim Television Championship. An interim belt, number one, and a belt for a show that doesn't have television. So she ran down that. And the fact that she won a title in Canada, beating Jody Threat legitimately the same weekend. A line of male models holding all of her championships walked out on stage. And all of a sudden, Jesse, we see the Mercedes Moné puppet that Harley Cameron has made famous appear from underneath the table. And she's leading the crowd and Renee in Mercedes' signature Moné dance. So Mercedes finally entered, apparently very angry here. She sent all the men to the back with the belts. She told Renee, get out of my ring. Mercedes then addressed Harley, asking her what she thinks she's doing. She accused the crowd of mocking her and then ended up calling all the crowd marks several times. Nobody's a bigger mark than a member of the Moné crew. So I don't know why she's throwing that word around when basically all that follow her intently are marks. After she's all done for, or after all she's done for women's wrestling, the puppet then mocked that line. Mercedes said the night is about her and that her run will go down as one of the greatest in history. She said she's tired of the disrespect and then rammed the puppet's face in the cake. Harley popped out from underneath the table. She was upset. Mercedes was going to ram Harley's face into the cake, but someone else came out from underneath the table, Jesse, and ended up being Statlander revealing herself, who slammed Mercedes' face first into the cake. She then followed by slamming her through a table with a choke slam, and Harley and Stat celebrated as Mercedes lied in the smashed cake through the table.
No, it was Harley under the table.
It was Harley and Stat under the table, yeah.
I thought Stat came in from out of the ring.
No, she came from underneath the table.
They were both under there? Oh,
they were both under there, yeah.
Yeah, well, you see a cake in pro wrestling, bro. We all knew what was happening to that cake.
This was very Vince McMahon-esque, wasn't it? A Vince McMahon segment.
We all, bro, but there's like, look, at this point, when we see a cake on TV, someone better go fucking through it. That's just it. That's just pro wrestling 101. Now, we knew it was going to be Mercedes. I mean, because, duh, it was her cake. And there we go. And we got it. They came out. Face went into the cake, and somehow, some way, that cake couldn't get cleaned off for the rest of the night, apparently, because it was on her face all the goddamn night.
You know, is it me, bro, or did the puppet cut a better promo than Mercedes?
I'll say the puppet and Mercedes have fantastic chemistry.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll go with that one. This was very cringy. I mean, I'll read you a text from one of my guys, my guy Artie. I played music with him, known him for 20 years. He was our bass player. He texted me this. I actually posted a video, a clip or a screenshot of what he sent me. He says this at 9:02 after the segment aired. Haven't watched AEW in a couple of years. Turn it on and I see a purple-haired puppet. What the fuck is this? I say, LOL, cringe is what that is. And then he's like, bro, this should be on Comedy Central. Garbage.
Well, it would have to be funny to be on Comedy Central.
Yeah, yes, indeed. I mean, listen, if you want a positive out of this, at least Stat got her revenge on Mercedes for what happened at the pay-per-view on Saturday at WrestleDream. Other than that, I mean, this was just a cringy segment, and it did, I guess, a little bit of forwarding towards their match. It built some tension between their match at Full Gear, which we're still kind of up in the air about. But Mercedes got slammed in the cake, which I'm surprised by, to be quite honest with you. I didn't think she was gonna go through the cake the way that she did, but she did some work here tonight, man. She made herself look embarrassed. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Bro, we got 856 likes. You know what that means?
Oh, snap. I didn't catch that. I was waiting for my opportunity, bruh, to bring you all into my world, which is Collision Corner.
Oh, my goodness. Look at him. There he is. There he is.
Oh, we got a doozy. This week's Collision Corner brought to you by David Rice and Mike Wilson. We get Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta versus the undisputed Paragon Conglomeration era. Now, I will say, as we're talking about tag teams, Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta would actually be a serviceable tag team in the tag team division. Unbelievable.
I'm sorry. You mentioned Danny Garcia and Wheeler Yuta, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't talk crap about Wheeler Yuta. All right. You and Garcia got your own problems. Leave Yuta out of it. The Death Riders win. All of the members come out to help, and none of the conglomeration came out. Bro, the Death Riders had every goddamn member out there to help them beat the Paragon, but it was Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy, right? Like we just said earlier, the 70s guys. Nobody came out as the Death Riders are out there just interfering, getting in the way, making sure that they win. But after the match is over, out comes the rest of the goddamn conglomeration. Amazing. Moxley gets on a microphone, but he's cut off by Darby Allin. Looks like an extra from The Walking Dead, bro. He's literally coming out walking like a zombie. I mean, like, I'm not bullshitting you. He could have been right there next to Negan, and you never would have known the difference. He was just walking like this all the way to the ring.
Was he auditioning for a up and coming Michael Jackson documentary? What's going on there?
It looks like it, man. I mean, they even actually called him a zombie on commentary too, man.
Now, what do you think John Moxley's favorite 90s sitcom is, bro?
I don't know. What is it?
I don't know. I'm asking you. If you had to take a guess, what was it?
I thought you were setting up a joke. The fuck do I know? I don't know.
Step by Step?
Step by, sure. I fucking know.
Family Matters?
John Moxley? Bro, I don't fucking know. What the fuck? Darby Allin looks like an extra from The Walking Dead. He took longer to get to the ring than Roman Reigns does. Mox hit him with a Death Rider, and everyone else just kind of, despawned and went away, I guess, and that's how it ended. Megan Bayne comes out with her henchman and manager, FTR and Stokely, who presented her with a microphone. She cut a promo in the ring with a microphone.
Oh, my goodness. This is what we missed last week, chat.
This is it. She finally cuts a promo. Bayne cuts a promo on Willow, and now I completely understand why they never let her talk. I get it. I get it. It was bad, but not as bad as what we got next, which was Dax Softwood. Let's see. I think Dax may have intentionally cut a terrible promo on Jet Speed just to make everyone forget how bad Megan Bayne's promo was. I'm convinced that that's what happened, because it was somehow worse, and he succeeded. All right, because it was absolutely worse. Then Jet Speed shows up on the Titantron and says, "Hold my goddamn drink, because we will not be outdone." Because they started cutting a promo. They showed up on the screen, started cutting a promo on fucking something. I don't know. They were trying to compete for the worst promo of the night segment. They almost had it locked down. It got progressively worse.
This sounds terrible, bro. I'm sorry.
It got progressively worse. You want to know what saved the segment? You want to know what saved Jet Speed from having the worst promo of the night? Harley Cameron saved the goddamn day. She was the best promo of that segment of the whole goddamn. It was that bleeds into us getting Harley Cameron versus Megan Bayne. Clearly Megan Bayne won, but for some reason, bro, Harley Cameron kicked out of Megan Bayne's like F5 finisher.
Wow.
Kicked out. I have no idea why. No idea why, bro.
So, man, you're telling me, bro, Joey Janela doesn't like what he hears every night with Megan Bayne?
I'm not touching that at all. Nope. We get Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero, or as I like to call, 5% of the Don Callis family.
Is this the main event?
Yes, main event.
Dude, Rocky Romero's main evented more times than anybody else on the fucking show.
Absolutely. Main event city, bruh. Yeah, let me see. Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero, 5% of the Don Callis family, versus Mark Briscoe and Bandido. Brody King gets the win with the Gonzo Bomb. Okada comes out and just wipes out the tag team champions by himself. And that's how the show goes off the air, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that is this week's segment.
Oh my
of Collision Corner. I sat here and watched Kazuchika Okada obliterate the tag team champions by himself, so you don't have to.
Oh my God, man. I mean, how is it possible that they made a 1 hour block of Collision worse than a 2 hour block of Collision?
So bad.
Was the Megan Bayne promo that bad? What made it so bad? Her voice? The way she spoke?
Her cadence. It looked like she was reading from cue cards and she was thrown off by the crowd chanting at her. It looked like Charlotte Flair out there in Chicago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. I mean, and look, I'm just giving her shit because I'm trying to be funny for the segment. She needs a lot of work on her promos, though.
Bro, you deserve a fucking Medal of Honor for watching this fucking show every week. Holy shit.
You tried to fucking cover it last week.
Well, we learned our lesson, man. We're never going to do that again.
At least I got to fucking watch it on my time with some rest. I had to have some iced coffee in front of me, kick back, and then watched it. You wanted to watch it as the third hour of Dynamite, man. But
we're thinking the way that we would do it, man. Spread the shit out, make it feel important. Save some of the bigger matches for the third hour. We don't even do that. He does everything in the second hour and then books the show like a complete waste of time for the third hour. Like nobody wants to watch it.
Yeah. Man.
Now we know what he does.
Yeah, so we heard Tekla talk, and Tekla is actually fine. She's actually fine. I mean, you can see some emotion and some of her character come out when she speaks. Megan Bayne looks like a deer in the headlights, like she's reading from a prompter, and she is easily thrown off and rattled by the live crowd. So we got to start by protecting her in the back from her promos. No more live crowd promos for a while. And she needs to work with some of the best talkers. Get her in the room with fucking Eddie Kingston for a little while and let them work.
Have that woman sit down with Jake the Snake or MJF or somebody, man. Fucking get that woman some promo work. Really.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly, he went... Actually, there was, before this match, we got a Jon Moxley video. He was looking at himself in the mirror, telling Darby that his strength and absolute unwavering commitment to self-destruction was the deciding factor. But one day, it will also be his downfall. Moxley said the sun will rise again and they will get back to work. Moxley said that he believed in his heart that Darby's body would fold. He said that he still knows exactly who he is when he looks in the mirror. I couldn't hear really anything else. I tried to jot down what he was saying here. The music was way too loud, and the room that they were filming this in was so echoey that mixed with the music, you couldn't really hear what Jon Moxley was saying. This was not like the week prior where they had that unbelievable sit-down face-to-face in the jail cell. So this was not that, but, I mean, AEW's production, they need to lower the fucking background music, man. It's like, I want to hear them speak. I don't want to listen to some brooding music that's overtaking the fucking verbal exchange here by Jon Moxley.
This was pre-recorded, right?
It was pre-recorded. It happened after the fucking show on Saturday.
It's fucking pre-recorded. Why can't you fix that shit in post? I don't
know.
understand this.
I don't know. Audio's trash. They have an audio problem every week. Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley, they went 13 minutes. If you expect me to cover a 13-minute Jon Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly match, you are fucking watching the wrong stream. We don't even know why this match took place, to be quite honest with you. What the fuck is the point?
This match sucked the life out of my live stream. Yeah. It really did.
Who cares?
And there is nothing wrong with these two guys bell to bell. I mean, Jon Moxley is a fucking great wrestler, man. So is Kyle O'Reilly. He's a great wrestler. Say what you want, but I'm like, I think it's bullshit. That's great. I know when a wrestler sucks. I know when I see a great wrestler. These are two great wrestlers. This match, I did not give a single solitary shit about. It was boring as fuck.
Why would you? That didn't give you a reason to care. Why is Jon Moxley even wrestling after he went through a fucking death match really with the Darby Allin?
If there was ever a time to sell a pay-per-view match and take a week off, it's the goddamn I Quit match that main evented the pay-per-view that happened less than a week ago. Why would you put these two guys on television?
Because Moxley doesn't know any better, bro. We lost at the pay-per-view. He's got to come right back on Wednesday and fucking void and null the fucking pay-per-view match and any injuries that he may have. He don't want to sell anything. He's got to get his win back. That's exactly why.
The first match didn't need to happen. We needed Joe and or Hangman talking some shit out. This match never should have fucking happened. These two men, him and not O'Reilly, but Moxley and Darby, never should have been on this fucking show. They never should have been on this show. You wanna do something with them? They could have been at home, laid up on the fucking couch, bandaged up and beat up, and cut like a 30-second recorded promo that they sent in from their phones or some shit. I mean, just to sell the angle. They beat the crap out of each other.
It's almost like they didn't try to kill each other on Saturday, like you never saw.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You can tell so much more of a story by doing less. Darby Moxley, not on TV, advances a story. That alone, them not showing up, advances a story. Why? Because they're selling from the fucking match that they had on Saturday.
Darby and Mox are on TV, but we can't get the world champion to fucking confront the guy that turned on him in the main event or the co-main event on Saturday. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. Kyle O'Reilly wins in 12 minutes by disqualification. Moxley struggled in an ankle lock. He couldn't escape Kyle O'Reilly's ankle lock. Moxley managed to get to his feet and in desperation punched the referee in the face. The referee went down. Kyle O'Reilly released the hold. The rest of the referee team ran out to the ring like it was a fucking nuclear bomb going off in the ring. Where are they when other shit happens? They were all out there like that, man. There was like 4 or 5 of them out there. So they ran to this guy's side. And after the match, the conglomeration, they ran to the ring as Moxley escaped through the crowd. And this led into the next match, which was the conglomeration. Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong against the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio, and Danny Garcia. If you are expecting me to cover a Wheeler Yuta and Danny Garcia tag team match against the conglomeration on this show, you are watching the wrong podcast.
Good.
I do no such things here. I would rather be the one being dunked in the fish tank than fucking watch a Danny Garcia and Wheeler Yuta tag team match. This was a complete waste of time. I don't know why any of this happened. 13 minutes. This is the same shit week in and week out, and there's literally no storyline progression. I could tell you where it's going to go, but there's literally nothing that is exciting or enticing the viewer to fucking watch this show on a weekly basis because the conglomeration is feuding with the Death Riders. They're feuding with everybody, apparently. They're the fucking conglomeration. They're conglomerating all over the fucking show. Don Callis family, the Death Riders, the TNT title. Can you stick to one fucking thing and tell a story with one singular focus, please?
Bro, you took the words out of my fucking... I said, they need to focus. They need to fucking focus. They are just making matches happen because they want to fill time slots as opposed to focusing on direct stories. This is too much bounce. Like they have ADHD or like someone's coked up writing this shit. I don't know. But they need to stay fucking focused, man. Because they are confusing people who watch this shit every week.
Cassidy came in with a diving DDT on Claudio. Claudio caught him in a midair uppercut. Huge uppercut by Claudio. Claudio's great. Briscoe,
so good.
Yeah, Briscoe hit an uppercut on Yuta. Yuta came back with a German suplex. Garcia hits a running lariat, followed by an uppercut from Claudio. Yuta nailed Briscoe with a running knee. Yuta goes over, makes the cover. Roddy broke up the cover. So Roddy and Claudio are brawling at ringside. Yuta hit Briscoe with a hammer, or not a hammer, the hammer and anvil elbows. Signature Death Rider shit. Briscoe came back with a giant lariat on Yuta. He then followed with a J Driller and covered Yuta for the 1-2-3. Now, it was after the match where you kind of seen where they were going with this. Pac attacked Briscoe until Ishii ran in. They went back and forth, and they're having a match just signed for Collision. It's Pac versus Ishii. Get ready, Jesse.
Oh, God.
So Marina and Moxley all of a sudden returned after they had escaped in the previous match. Moxley distracted Ishii, which allowed Marina to drop Ishii with a low blow. Kyle O'Reilly ran back out, and he fell victim to the Death Riders' numbers. Death Riders cleared the announce table, and Claudio wanted to press Orange Cassidy onto the announce desk like he does to Darby, or like he did to Darby on Saturday. He went to throw Cassidy, but Darby came out of nowhere and took Claudio down from behind with a baseball bat to the knee. Orange Cassidy hit Claudio with an orange punch, and the Death Riders eventually retreated. Now, I was under the impression that they were building towards the Young Bucks, Jurassic Express, and Kenny Omega against the Don Callis family inside Blood and Guts, which is their version of War Games. Now it looks like we may be getting the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Danny Garcia, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio, 5-on-5, 5 for the Death Riders against the conglomeration. It'll be Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy. It'll be Darby, Kyle, and Roddy. Or maybe they threw Ishii in there and omit Darby, but I mean, it's the feud between Darby and Mox, so I'm assuming he'd lead the babyface team against the Death Riders. So he's got the conglomeration to back him up. So that's what it looks like they're going to do, Jesse, for the men's, at least the men's War Games match. It looks like we may be getting a women's match because Jamie Hayter a couple of weeks ago on Collision yelled, "War, blood and guts!" And that led to really nowhere. So do you get a sense that this is going to be the men's version of Blood and Guts here?
As of now, sure. As of next week, that could change.
Yeah, they may be conglomerating to something else, bro.
No, man. You know,
Bro, we got Ishii on television every week, man. This is what AEW's been reduced to. Ishii.
I just want to give a shit about the Blood and Guts match. I don't want to feel like, well, it's Blood and Guts match time, so let's throw a couple of factions together and make it happen.
That's exactly what they're doing.
But they're moving around and shifting focus on feuds so much. Which one am I supposed to believe is the true blood feud for a Blood and Guts match?
Bro, they are treating it like Vince used to treat Hell in a Cell, bro. Every October, he just randomly puts 2 guys inside Hell in a Cell or 2 women inside Hell in a Cell and says, it's October, it's time for Hell in a Cell. No rhyme or reason, no story, no tensions, no blood, nothing. Tony Khan's doing the same thing.
Fucking hell, man.
So yeah, chat, that's exactly what's going on. Get excited, man. We'll be conglomerating in the Blood and Guts.
Conglomerating.
We're almost over. Alicia's backstage with Mercedes. She's colored in yellow goo from the cake. Mercedes was upset and screaming for makeup. Athena appeared to tell her to calm down. She said that they could make history as tag team champions. Mercedes is cool with that. And Athena dragged off Mercedes to go get her cleaned off. Now, you would think, Jesse, Athena would want to team with her minion, Billy Starks, but apparently Billy is not Mercedes.
No. I mean, why not go with a 47-time champion instead, you know? It makes sense.
So we went over the brackets. We went over our criticisms. You guys can go back and listen to that and listen to the harsh reality and the harsh truths of why these tag team titles are going to be as dead as the women's before you know it in WWE. Kyle Fletcher, he's out there wearing a pink suit, slacks, shoes with no socks. He's accompanied by Don Callis. Fletcher grabbed the mic, and as the crowd chanted at Don Callis, Fletcher told San Antonio to say his full name. Bro, you are not the tribal chief, okay?
Yeah,
Nobody's going to acknowledge you, bro.
That's not getting over.
No, that's not getting over anytime soon.
No.
So Fletcher said he is done with Briscoe as he's proven definitely that he has Briscoe's number. Fletcher says he'd be TNT champion for a very, 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 and out comes Mark Briscoe to interrupt his veries. Briscoe walked out to the stage and told Fletcher as he walked to the ring, he didn't have to talk so much all the time. He wants one more shot. He says he's not making excuses, but he's been icing his balls all week long. Callis whispered something in Fletcher's ear before taking the microphone and telling Briscoe that he's a great wrestler, but he's sounding a little desperate. Callis told Briscoe that his family of 10 children isn't a family, it's a financial burden. Callis eventually told Briscoe no to the rematch. So what is he going to have to do to get a rematch against Kyle Fletcher? I thought we just hand out championship matches here.
When we feel like it, all right? Sometimes.
So we may be looking, Jesse, at Full Gear. We may be looking at 2 rematches already. Well, 3 rematches. We may be looking at Joe versus Hangman. We may be looking at Darby versus Mox again. And we may be looking at Fletcher and Briscoe again.
Yes. Don't forget the Hurt Syndicate and the Gates of Agony. Oh, I'm sorry. The whatever the Vision Firm or Demand. Sorry.
So why am I paying for another $50 pay-per-view when the same $50 pay-per-view is what we just watched on Saturday?
They're just gonna run that shit back, man.
They're throwing in a stipulation, JD. Yeah, great, fantastic. Not worth my $50. Is there somewhere Chad? Is there somewhere where I can illegally stream this pay-per-view coming up? Someone let me know.
I'm sure there is.
Renee was backstage with Mina to ask about the women's tag team title tournament. Mina said she hasn't heard from Tony, but she said, so am I, Mina, so am I. She proclaimed their team the Timeless Love Bombs. Tekla, Jesse, arrived. Tekla. She arrived to tell Mina she hasn't lost everything yet. Mina said they fought in Japan, and she'll fight her again on Collision. Tekla told Mina that Tony will cry when she sees what she does to Mina. Mina gave her an offensive arm gesture, and Renee nodded in the background. There you go.
More Tekla talk time.
Yeah, more Tekla. More Tekla, please. More Tekla's good.
More Tekla all around. I don't see why she's in this Triangle of Madness bullshit, to be honest with you. Sky Blue and Julia Hart are just fine as a women's tag team on their own. They have women's tag team titles to go after now. There's no trios titles. They don't need Tekla in there. Tekla should be going after singles gold on her own.
Yeah, I agree. Give her the TBS title.
Yep.
Main event. This is the Unified Championship on the line, which means there's no outside interference. So you were going to get a very lackadaisical and uneventful conclusion and no cliffhanger at the end of this show. Okada defended the title against the Ring of Honor World Champion, Bandido. So this was, as expected, a very good match. I mean, legitimately was the best thing on the show. And I mean, it's a low bar, being that we got the show that we got tonight, but not a surprise. So we'll pick it up after the commercial break here. Okada hit his big elbow off the top rope. Rainmaker, flip-off pose. He missed the Rainmaker, giving Bandido a chance to hit a big tornado off the top, and then a running tope to the outside. Bandido followed that up with another somersault dive, clearing the top rope. Crowd was big time into it. We go back inside. They're going back and forth with some combo strikes, handstand, big leg lariat by Bandido, who eventually goes up top, and it's a frog splash for a 2. Okada was able to get back in this match and regain control with a tombstone shoulder breaker. Bandido quickly rolled to the outside. He was being checked on by medical. Okada put a stop to that. They trade tombstone attempts until Bandido tried a one-armed X-knee, which Okada spun out of, only to walk right into a spinning back fist. Another knee connected, or a knee did connect on the second try, I should say. Bandido then tried to follow it up with a 21-plex, but couldn't hold on. So Okada kicked out. Okada then was set up in the corner when he tried a counter powerbomb, but Bandido reversed into a Hurricane Rana. Rainmaker was countered into a small package by Bandido for a close 2. Both guys were back up. Bandido trying to quarter charge. He ran flush right into Okada double boot. Bandido again ducked the Rainmaker and delivered one of his own, which caused the crowd to really pop here. Bandido hit another X knee, flush, tried for the 21 plex again. Okada was way too far from the rope, so Bandido flipped right to his feet in position, right into a Rainmaker, and Okada hit the Rainmaker for the 1-2-3. Post-match, Don Callis family all came out, all fucking 41 of them came out to celebrate and congratulate Okada on this monumental victory over Bandido. And then Konosuke Takeshita's music hits. He's holding the IWGP title over his shoulder. He's got this angry face on. He's walking down the aisle. He's not taking his eyes off Okada. And we get Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis trying to calm Takeshita down. Lance Archer, Josh Alexander, Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, El Colon, Hechicero, all in the ring with Okada, trying to calm him down. And that's the way this uneventful Dynamite went off the air for October 22nd. No words, bro. No words between Okada and Takeshita.
This was not a very entertaining show, to say the least.
Nah. Entertaining.
Yeah.
We were entertaining, I'll tell you that.
I'm just trying to be nice here, man. I mean, you just came out of a pay-per-view. You know,
and they did nothing to follow it up.
Nothing. Nothing. Instead, it looks like we're getting the same pay-per-view again.
AEW Collision on Saturday. It's a 2-hour show, 2-hour block. Who's going to be watching that with the World Series on? I don't know, man. They got some stiff competition. The NBA also started too, so that is going to be a tough gig for Tony on Saturday. We'll hear from Hangman, who we should have heard from tonight, TK. We should have heard from Hangman tonight at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Pac versus Tomohiro Ishii. Hook will be in action. I'm assuming against Dralistico or one of the Luchas out there because they don't know what to do with him or Eddie Kingston. Tekla, Jesse, Tekla. She'll go one-on-one with Mina Shirakawa and the Young Bucks and FTR versus the Dinosaur and his young friend Jungle Jack and Jet Speed for $400,000.
Woo! Money.
Money, money, money.
Money.
The Young Bucks, they needed the money. Oh! Yeah. Fuck out of here. This show is complete garbage. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. If you did enjoy us tonight, I would really love if you hit that thumbs up. Follow us on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go follow Jesse on Twitter, at Chi-Town Smark, on YouTube, at Chi-Town Smark. Link is down below in the description. And please leave a comment down below. Chime in with the discussion. Helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. Super chats are open. We need 60 more likes for 1,000 likes. Can we hit 1,000 likes tonight? If we can hit 1,000 likes off this show, I know you guys enjoyed what we did, man. Hit that thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Let's, looks like it's a slow night tonight. So we'll be out of here in like less than 10, I think. Maybe less than that. 7, 8 minutes, maybe. Let's get into these super chats. Let me refresh my YouTube browser here. I very much want to do the Halloween event on Destiny 2. Gotta get myself a SMG. You got yourself an SMG yet?
Yeah, man. Where were you? I fucking text you when I was live streaming.
Oh, I was sleeping, bro.
Oh, jeez.
I was sleeping.
Triple M was there. Kratos showed up, man. We had a whole goddamn fire team in there.
I was sleeping, bro.
Man,
Michael Crowd. Yeah, I know. I did it today. It's all right. It's better than last year. I'll tell you that.
Well, if we get 6, we need to go in and do the Rumble event.
Oh, yeah, I did that today too. I won.
If you get 6 and you go in as a fire team, and if you guys focus, you can just farm the candy. Just the 6 of you. You just got to let one person collect all the motes from the spawning bosses.
Suplexus, yes. On Friday stream for Halloween week, I will be wearing the Penta mask on Friday Night SmackDown. Yes.
There we go.
There you go. So that's 2 down. I got to wear the Grande Americano mask, and I got to wear the Ray Phoenix mask. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. Good Wednesday, JD, Jesse, OTS. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Michelle with the 2. Darby Mox goes on any bets we get 50-50 booking. More than likely. More than likely. Death Riders may win Blood and Guts, and then Darby just ends it at Full Gear. Justin with the 199. I didn't watch tonight. I watched my Celtics. Good for you, bro. You made the right decision. Brandon Tyson with a $5 super chat. So much for family friendly with a bottle of vodka. What were they going for? Why do I think TK may do Opps versus Demand versus Hurt Syndicate for the titles? I wouldn't be surprised. It's the only way you differentiate what we've seen so far for the last 2 months. Not that that's any more interesting.
How come Mercedes didn't have her tequila up there?
I don't know. I thought Mercedes was a tequila woman and not vodka.
Oh.
I guess they couldn't allow a branded label on television, bro. You see that bottle of vodka? It was a no-name bottle of vodka.
It looked like fucking well. It looked cheap as shit, man. Oh my God.
They probably got it from the same place where they got that disgusting looking cake.
No, the same place they got that first steak dinner they used to brought out there.
That too was probably from the same fucking place.
My God.
Oh my God. Jason Barker with a $10 super chat. JD hit me with a fake reaction channel's facial expression for me. Wow! Jason, you got to calm down on social media, bro. Don't tag me and Jesse in garbage, please.
I said the same thing. Like, don't tag me in this drama, man. I don't need this shit.
Just leave us out of it, man. I stayed off Twitter all day today until the show. Please, I don't want to hear or see nothing. I'm trying to stay off, honestly. Yeah. Michael Krause with a 2. When AEW has a great show, I become a millionaire. Well, you'll be waiting a long time, brother. Based CLC with a $9.99. Keep cooking the sickos, JD. This show stinks more than dirty basements than the sickos live in. Creative bankruptcy. It's awful, man. There's no creativity at all, and there's no fun. It's the most important thing. There's no fun.
No.
Triple M with a 2. If you guys are down to get the finality catalyst later, let me know. I will probably be doing the event, Triple M. I probably won't be back on until Friday after tonight. I gotta go to Jersey for a very random appearance tomorrow at a local indie in Brick, New Jersey.
You're not gonna be on tomorrow afternoon?
No, I will not. Dante with a 2. When do you think Wardlow will come back from his injury? 6 to 9 months.
There's no
2026. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat and a $5 super chat and a $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. I demand the demand split up. And then he says again, I demand that the demand split up. And then he says, where the hell is Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker? Make the A-team. That would be something.
Have Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa come back as a tag team and try to I don't fucking know.
Oh, I think Britt Baker's a great wrestling talent. I think Britt Baker is a great AEW superstar. I'd love for her to come back to television, as if you're not the reason why she's off television.
Yeah.
She's fucking laying in her bed, bro, every fucking month doing DraftKings ads for the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers.
Doing fucking DraftKings ads, bro.
And Thunder Rosa's cooking fucking food in her kitchen in her underwear, bro. That's what they're doing.
Thunder Rosa's cooking tacos in her goddamn panties. Britt Baker is shilling DraftKings and hanging out on beaches. Meanwhile, Mercedes Moné is on our TV with every goddamn title that every woman has ever possessed in the history of pro wrestling.
Brandon Tyson with a 5. Great points by each, but if Athena loses, cost them the match, or if Mercedes gets frustrated, do they do Athena Mercedes for the Ring of Honor women's title? Brandon, don't give them any ideas, man, please. We already had a discussion that we don't want her to win either one of the titles she's going after in the next month. You're going to give her a 3rd title? A 15th title?
She'll get it.
Caden with a $4.99. Deanna's wrestling for the new Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship. What is that? Am I supposed to care what that is? Do you care what that is, Jess?
Bro, whatever it is, it makes more sense than the Ring of Honor television title, a company that does not have a TV deal.
There is no TV deal at all.
But they have a TV champion.
Yes. Who's out? Red Velvet is out since May, June. Nick Corvello with a $20 super chat. The shouts of Tony having the title 600 days reminded me how tired I am of AEW gaslighting us into counting Tony's 4 total reigns as one reign. Completely disregarding that Shida has the longest single record reign still. Oh, yeah, well, Shida's on the shit list, bro. Sheeta's on the shit list. They will do everything to make sure that record doesn't exist. It is up to you and the chat to make sure that Sheeta's singular reign lives on.
Did she tweet about Punk too?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well,
Maybe she has Cody in her Rolodex, and Tony found out. I don't know. Does anybody still use a Rolodex? Seems like a very dated piece of technology, huh?
Yeah, I'm watching The Wire right now.
Well, you're dated too.
Yeah, because I ran out of shows to watch, and they definitely put on a Rolodex and had a card. Like, oh my God, that used to be a thing. Look at that.
Lenin Jimenez with 50 Mexican pesos. In all seriousness, do you think AEW eventually defunct like WCW? Yes, I do. Or maybe continue as an indie promotion or something. No. I think when Warner is sold to Paramount, I think their days are numbered. WWE's cut off the blood and oxygen supply around them, so they don't really have many other places to go. So,
Wait, I talked about this earlier. Why would first off, why would Paramount want to get rid of AEW?
because they're in bed with TKO, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, under what? I mean, Paramount and CBS.
They just signed UFC for $7.7 billion.
Okay, so why would you want to cut off a revenue stream just to make another one happy when you can pit them against each other?
How is AEW making any money, bro? It's looked at as a loss to Paramount. Look at the ratings, bro. The ratings don't the ratings don't equal the amount of money that Warner is paying for it.
Right, but you didn't answer my question.
Why would they want to get rid of content?
Why would they want to get rid of a live television program that they can sell ad revenue to, and just to make another one happy when you can just keep them both?
Conflict of interest, bro.
Oh, okay. Let me know how this works out. I'm interested.
I don't care how it works out. It's very early in the process, but I do know, if you follow some of the people who do know about the ins and outs there, that Paramount is probably going to end up with Warner Brothers Discovery.
I know some of the people that claim to know the ins and outs of this shit is full of shit themselves.
All you got to do is go look at Nick Lopiccolo on social media. He's got a whole thread on it. He's a Paradigm Agency top dog.
They can make money from both ends.
They could. They could. I don't think they want to. I think they want to eliminate them at all costs, you know.
Well, I'm sure TKO would like to eliminate them, but
yes.
I mean, if you're the network, I can make money on both ends.
Lennon, thank you, brother. Nick Morris with a 5. Recently saw a clip of MVP saying on his pod that he'll do business when it makes sense. The irony of the last few weeks, jobbing to jobbers. LOL. Well, hopefully it turns into a story, because they can't keep losing if he's a part of the team, and if he's the one taking the losses, maybe he finds someone to fill his role as an active wrestler so that they don't lose. It's the only thing I can think of. Based with another $4.99 here. How much blow did Tony snort before booking this show? I don't care what Tony Khan does in his extracurricular activities. Sidney Johnson with a $4.99. Kenny needs to stay far away from any type of extreme match after that fiasco at Forbidden Door. That cage match was awful. Well, he wasn't even on TV to build towards that match, so I don't even think he wanted to be a part of it, period. William Bellin with a 4 months. Tells him streaming app broadcasts all AW pay-per-views. I have no idea what that is. Tells him. Never heard of it.
Nope.
Sounds fishy. Matt Fisher with a $1.99. He leaves me a sushi emoji. I don't know what that's for, but thank you. I don't eat fish, bro. Thank you. Sidney Johnson with a $4.99. Tony supposedly gave Kenny Omega short-term memory when it comes to Jack Perry and Kyle Fletcher. Where's the story? You would think that Kyle Fletcher versus Kenny Omega happens at Full Gear. Should have happened at WrestleDream. Sidney Johnson with a $1.99. Hey, JD and Jesse, thanks for keeping it real. Always, Sydney. We always keep it real on this show. We don't know any other way. And we got one final one here coming in from David Rice with a $20 super chat. AEW has fundamental issues when it comes to creative. With the roster that they have, they should be doing so much better than what they are. And the sickos don't make it any better by defending this shit every single week. Smart man right there.
It's not wrong.
All right, man. We're about to get out of here, man. I got you out of here in 2 hours.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just about the length of the show.
Yeah.
So here we go, man.
Any final words upon departure here?
Oh my God, man. Nope. I appreciate you guys. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And I might do some more gaming stuff if I can get this guy to actually join us sometimes.
I will. I'll be there. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for a great stream tonight. Make sure you go and follow us on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go follow Jesse on Twitter at ShyTownSmark, on YouTube at ShyTownSmark. Everything you need is linked down below in the description for his YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. Let's see what we got here, man. Let me look at the dash. We got 1,000 likes. Thank you very much, guys. 1,000 likes achieved. Thank you for the super chat love tonight. And go check out all the great content on the channel. We have been rocking and rolling. I don't know if I'm going to get anything up tomorrow because it seemingly looks like a dead period right now, but I'll be back Friday for Friday Night SmackDown, and then I'm sure I'll have some more content this weekend. So please go check that out, including last night's Tuesday Night Titans with the one and only Solid Monster. Great discussion. We talked about WrestleDream and the Battle Royal that happened on Monday to crown Jey Uso the #1 contender against CM Punk for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. Have a good night, guys. Dynamite sucked as usual, and we will be back next week right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later. JD is so cool, man. I don't believe it.